top 5 injuries that plasterers stroke damp proofers get in their careers. But these are 5 most common ones that, in my opinion, plasterers that I know have suffered with down the years. And at number 1, the shoulder injury. So things that you can get with your shoulder injury, you've got rotator cuff, which is, it's like a, if you lift your shoulder up, if you lift your arm up, and then you put your hand on top, you'll feel a little, like a, well, big dint with mine is like, but so there's a dint in there, and your rotator cuff's in there somewhere. A cartilage tear, frozen shoulder, and your itises, your arthritises, and trapped nerves. So you've a lot of things that can go wrong in your shoulders. So you just imagine what plasterers are doing all day. So you've got a handboard in one hand, and you've got a trowel in the other, and you're sort of forever using one or other. So you're filling your handboard up with gobbo, mortar, whatever you want to call it. You're putting stuff on your handboard which is quite heavy. My handboard's bigger than normal, because I'm because I'm a greedy Harry. I like to put a lot on, and I like it to be a big handboard because you don't spill as much. And there's a bit of a myth. It looks as if it's heavy, my handboard, because it's big. It's a monster. Number 2, your lower back. So this is a big all industry suffers from back injuries. I think it's one of the biggest for manual work. It's one of the biggest things that keeps people off of work. Some of it real, some of it maybe made up. You've got muscle strain, you've got ligament strain, you've got spinal ligament, slip discs, osteoporosis. A lot of injuries occur, I think, when you're doing tops, when you're skimming ceilings, because it's a funny movement that you're only used to it as a plasterer. So you start when you're young, and you kind of you're not as injury prone when you're younger. But it's as you're aging, and as you've you've been doing it for years, and your muscles start all your different joints and everything start to wear. If you've got a ceiling on, if you've put a ceiling on, most plasterers I know, you work through pain because there's only you to get it on. You've got to get that ceiling finished. So even though you've hit your end, you've still got to get it finished. It's not. I don't know how many that's collapsed in an heap and had to go to hospital, and that'll make it worse and worse and worse. And then you go home, probably don't go to hospital, sleep on it, and then it just gets worse and worse. Number 3. Now this is it is a muscle, but this is your eye. So this is mainly plasterers, and it happens a lot when you first start. When you first start either doing ceilings, and if you're not washing your trowel, and it's getting gobbo in your eye. And I've had it 3 or 4 times. Many plasterers will know. As I'm talking about this, you're reliving when you've had skimming in your eye, and it's making your eyes go blurred and watery, isn't it? It's awful. Some people have to go to hospital about it, depending on what type of plaster it is that they've got in their eye. But with gypsum, when it's gone in, what I tend to do, I've kind of got all plaster off at top, and then you have to open your eye like that, try and hold it open, and then just start moving your eye around. Try and wash it with some water, try and get water in, but then try and move your eye around. So I look at it like, look up, look down, look up, look down, look to the side. And what you're trying to do is that movement of your eye, moving this way and that way and up and down and round, it starts to wash all debris into the corner of your eye. Just be careful when you're skimming. Make sure you keep cleaning back your trowel off. If you clean back your trowel off regularly, when you're skimming, you're not going to get as much stuff dripping. So all your scruffy plasterers out there that backs of your trowels are all shitted up all the time, and you handle your trowels like barrier reef with all barnacles on it. Be a bit cleaner. Number 4, your elbow. So again, it's kind of itises. So you've got tennis elbow, and you've got there's a thing called, I'd not heard of this when I looked it up, golfer's elbow. I mean, I don't play golf, so golfer's elbow. And the kind of itises, so rheumatoid arthritis, tendinitis, trapped nerves, and there's another one there I can't read. And again, with an itis, it's a question of resting. So you need to rest it, and I know plasterers if you're self-employed, you'll just carry on and just go through it until it stops. So I don't know what to say to you. Only thing I say is you've got to try and rest it. Number 5. Now this is what made me do this kind of top 5, because I was talking to my old pal yesterday, was a plasterer, Sid, and he rung me up and he's a bit on his ass because he's got plantar fasciitis, and I've had this, and basically it's an issue in your heel and can go through to your toes, and it's mainly with wearing wrong footwear. I mean, a lot of plasterers, if you're working for yourself, you wear trainers every day. Back in 80s and early 90s, well, most at 90s, there weren't proper workwear, or if there were, it were expensive as out. So we just used to wear his own gear, his old shoes and stuff. And this condition happens with wrong fitting shoes, or shoes that's gone out of shape. So if you imagine, you used to wear your old trainers to work, so you've wore them and absolutely knackered them, and then you're wearing them for work, all the time, or work boots. So you've got your work boots on, and you've had them for years and years and years, and they're just dropping to bits. So you're going to get issues, and in conjunction with that, you can get back issues. And this is what I'm going to say, because this is what happened with Sid. So he could hardly walk. He could hardly walk with his plantar fasciitis. But this is what wearing wrong type of footwear will get you. And also, again, it's up and down. So you're up and down trestles. And I know it's like on your knee height, but you're up onto trestle and you're down, then you're up and you're banging the bottom of your foot. Now, when I got mine, nobody told me about wearing wrong footwear and changing your footwear every now and again. Nobody said out to me as a young'un, make sure you invest in some good footwear. Get some proper boots from Screwfix or whatever. Look for them when they're on sale, 20 odd quid or whatever. But get a new pair. I don't know what regulations are for changing your boots, but try and change them every year if because your foot wears it down and gets used to walking at a certain angle, and that can put your body out of position, and you can start getting injuries with that on your back. So I'm hoping these have struck a chord with a few plasterers. What do you do to to keep yourself fit and from these injuries affecting you? Well, if you look at my plastering career and my damp proofing career, what I've always done is kept myself fit. Now, majority of plasterers I know, they all do something. So football, good at gym, cricket, they play sports. Plastering is a hard job, very, very hard job. You need to be fit. Fitter you are, easier it makes it. That's all I'll say. And if you look at some of the fittest plasterers in the world, I mean, did you know Mark Felix, one of the world's strongest man, plasterer? So that's about it. I've come to the end of it, and I hope you've got a lot of value from it. And I'm just going to throw one more in. I know there's other injuries, wrists and stuff like that, but the arthritis and things, and cricked neck and that, we're doing ceilings and things like that. And again, the kind of trapped nerves and things. But one of the other things is respiratory issues. We don't have. Well, I was going to say I don't have to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. When you're mixing plaster, if you're mixing in a room, up and out windows, it says on bag, it tells you on instructions, up and out windows. If you're going to have it really dusty, just buy some cheap dust masks, them shitty ones. So if there's some friends knocking about, get them on while you're mixing. So I hope you've enjoyed this and got this podcast and got some value from it. It was just something that I thought, because I was in my mate and he were in a bit of agony, and I thought, if I can give a bit of value to some up and coming plasterers, damp proofers, technicians, and just point them in the right direction, keeping the ends healthy, give them some stuff to look for. It's giving you a bit of value, isn't it? It's stuff that I didn't know when I was younger. So I know a lot of old plasterers, or they're like, teaching your grammar to suck heads. Like, well, we all know that, but if there's some young ones out there and they're listening to this, just bear it in mind. Just bear it in mind. I know when I was younger, somebody told me you might get injuries when you get older. I wouldn't have even heard them saying it. So, but this is art here now, and you can pay attention or not. So that's Dampsam pointing out all injuries, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later.